Talking to Lee Sinnott after the final game of the season, a 3-2 reverse against Gainsborough Trinity. Lee, it was an entertaining game, topsy-turvy game, and quite symptomatic of the season, really.
Yeah, I think you've summarised that very well, Brian. If you look at, probably I'd say for the hour, the first hour, of course, of today's game was a bit of a micro shot of maybe our first game of the season away at Harrogate Town, where we played very well. We've created chances, but we haven't been able to secure the points. So it's been frustrating today. There are signs there. We don't want to what's the right word? We don't want to forsake our attacking prowess and the way we create chances. But in the same breath, we know where the problem has been this season, and to score 89, 90 goals in a season, and to concede the amount of what we have done is obviously what's held us back, and that has to be addressed in the summer.
1-0 down to a fantastic free kick, then two great goals to put us in the driving seat, and immediately we've let in a bad goal, and that's probably been the key moment in the game. I
think so, yeah. I had a word with the players at half-time, and some of the players are quite young as well. We must remember that. They're still learning, and they're showing good signs. But like I had a word with James, he tried an intricate ball, didn't he? Just after the restart, instead of probably searching it into the corner, because I thought Damien would cause their centre halves problems, in those areas because of the legs they had on them. But we tried an intricate ball. It gets cut out. We end up giving a free kick away, and as you rightly point out, within 3 minutes, they're back on level terms.
Terrific moment for Duncan Watmore when he scored his first goal for the club. Great finish, and he looks a really good prospect, and great that we've got him on board for next season already.
Yeah, I can tell that the supporters have taken to him. What we have to remember is his age. He's only 18 years old, and he still will be at the beginning of next season. He's a raw talent, but I've watched him, and obviously I would have played against him because I was a centre-half myself, and he has got attributes that will cause centre-halves problems without a shadow of a doubt. I thought he took his goal Messi-like, wasn't it? I mean, it was a finish of real aplomb, and we've just been on to Duncan last couple of games that maybe he needs to be a little bit more greedy, and I thought he was today, which is a good sign. I like that, because he wants to get on the goal sheet as well. I think it's great, obviously the last game of the season, that he's not going into the next season with waiting to still score his first goal. There's a lot more to come from him. We rate him highly. He's a great lad to work with. So we'll be looking forward to his contribution next year.
We finished 8th, and the league table doesn't lie at the end of the season. 90 goals scored, so we're joint leading goal scorers in the league, which is a great effort. But we conceded over 70 goals, and it's obvious what needs to be put right next season. Do you think the players out there that you want for next season at this stage?
Well, we have targets, but it's obviously securing those targets, and other clubs are going to be after some of the targets that we're after. So, I mean, in an ideal world, Brian, that today is the end of the season, the 28th of May. In an ideal world, within 2 weeks, every player will be signed up for next season. But it doesn't work like that. You have to be patient. So yes, there's work gone on behind the scenes. We have an idea of the players that we'd like to attract to Altrincham, looking at the positions that we need to recruit in. But sometimes things take a little bit of time, and we'll have to wait and see how things pan out.
And what are your personal highlights and lowlights of the season?
The personal highlights are some of the attractive football that we played. I can't comment on. I'm not saying that it's better than the season before this one. I mean, I wasn't here. I wouldn't know that. But from my point of view, when I've been stood obviously on the touchline, I've liked some of the football that we played. It has excited me. Hence the amount of goals that we've scored. We've had a goal scorer that has had a phenomenal season, and if he gets 20, 25 next year, whatever league, then he's had another good season. I mean, 44, 45 goals is wonderful. It's a wonderful achievement. Also in that as well, he's played every game, and he's played every minute of every game. So I mean, that's a wonderful statistic as well. We've had some wonderful performances. Boston at home, Colwyn Bay away. Where we've finished things off with some beautiful football, but obviously there's disappointments. Of course there is. I mean, the two that stand out, of course, are the two cup competitions. We know that it's vital for a club of our size to have a good cup run. It gives supporters something to look forward to, doesn't it, on a Monday, looking at you going to get it in the next round. So that has been a disappointment, and that needs to be rectified next season. And obviously, probably the final disappointment would be that we flirted with the playoffs, but we didn't have enough to get in. And probably the most glaring statistic, Brian, is what I mentioned to you before, is when you score 89, 90 goals, you should at least be in the playoffs. So, you know.
In your second season, when a new manager comes to a club, they inherit something, they inherit a team. You did to some degree, but next season it's very much going to be yours and Neil's team, and you're going to have probably a bigger opportunity to stamp your authority and trademark on the season.
Yeah, it's a precarious occupation, but you know, and everybody gets bristled sometimes by criticism, but not be funny. There's always a choice, and that's to take the coat off and not be a manager. So, as much as it's been frustrating, yes, I've enjoyed it this season. Yes, I think we're capable of building, like I said before, a product that is capable of getting ourselves out of this division and building on, you know, in the next division. And that's my goal. That's my personal goal, is to create something. And that's why last season, when I said it when I first joined, to put smiles on people's faces, that's what I'd like to do. Now, I'm not saying with a finished product, nowhere near, but I think, you know, there are certain aspects where we are moving in the right direction with that, but it's up to us to obviously build on it from there, and you know, is to create something that is capable of success.
Okay, Lee Sinnott, thanks very much. End of the first season, let's look forward to 2012-13, and hopefully we can get at least in the playoffs next year.
Yeah, thank you, Ryan. Thanks for all your help this season as well.